So there are some brand new polling numbers that are out asking Ohio parents how they actually feel about childhood vaccinations.
And while they have been politically controversial, the numbers show a bit of a different story. 19 data journalist Dan DeRose is here with a look at that new information.
Yeah, this was a poll that was asked for, commissioned by the Ohio chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics. Polled 800 Ohioans. This is just a statewide poll, and asked a number of questions about childhood vaccines. How safe do they feel? And then questions about requirements. So let's just go over this. And you'll see that it pretty much aligns, according to doctors that were on a web call today, with what we are seeing in actual numbers of vaccines going out. Of those polled, 87% of Ohioans think it's important or very important that parents get their children vaccinated. 3%, though, said it wasn't important at all to get their children vaccinated. That's consistent. That's why we see these measles outbreaks. 86% of Ohioans, need to fix the spelling there, I'll get that, think the routine vaccinations are safe or very safe for most children. Next up, 75% of Ohioans believe parents should be required to have their children vaccinated against preventable diseases. And again, the doctors say these numbers match up with what actual parents are doing in doctors' offices.
This is not as controversial as we might think it is. Our vaccine rates, I'm looking at, MMR vaccine, is over 90%. That's our rate in Ohio. That's pretty popular. I know that politically this attracts a lot of attention and debate, but I think when you really look at the numbers, this is not something that is controversial. The vast majority of parents in Ohio believe in vaccines. They understand the importance of keeping their kids healthy.
Coming up at 5 o'clock, we're going to look at questions about how Ohioans feel and trust their doctors, and how much they feel and trust social media. And then it even breaks down vaccines. How much do they trust the COVID vaccine, the MMR, and the polio vaccine? Some very interesting numbers. That's coming up at 5 o'clock.
Now your 19